you volunteer for the Monday lunch ministry in the first place?
Well, I think there's two reasons. The first one is that the churches we'd previously gone to didn't have outreach, which was very important for me to assign to look for in the church, because I'd run a community group for 6 years for people with chronic pain and long-term pain and mental health issues and challenges. And due to my condition, I couldn't run the group on my own anymore. And I felt for months there was a period of just feeling quite redundant from that and missing it and not wanting to run somewhere as well. So I because my wife helped me, Caroline helped me run it for years, and then she left, not surprisingly. And I just kind of felt, I really want to be part of the community. I really want to sort of help and, serve. And this church was the ideal place to do it. It was amazing.
I've always enjoyed doing voluntary work, but then as a born-again Christian, we are called to serve and follow Jesus' example. So, working with homeless people or people who don't have much money, having had problems in my life before and having been homeless myself at one time, and also having had money problems, not having any money, so I can relate to the people.
And so you've already touched on that, so thank you for that, but what do you enjoy about serving on Mondays? What sort of like keeps you going and keeps you fresh?
I think the first time, because Caroline had been doing it before me because I was in my illness, and then she kept going, God, it's so lovely there and everything. And then I think the first time I went, I just went, this is it. There's an amazing team of volunteers, amazing people at the church, and the amazing people that came in. And I think it's the first time I went, this is it. This is what I've been looking for.
Yeah, I would say building relationships with the people who come in. A lot of people come in week after week, and it's nice for us to be there for them, and it's nice for them to recognise us. And develop meaningful relationships as well.
But
and
you've been doing it for quite a while now, yeah? Thank you for doing that. And it's been a journey. What would you say you've learned on that journey?
I think the most important thing is, and I think the most challenging part of that question is, we can't solve people's problems. We can help, we can assist, we can be there for them to talk to us, we can be there to listen, we can be there physically sometimes, which is the case that people at the church have gone out to people's houses, but we can't solve their issue, and we have to know our limitations. And only God can make the impossible possible, and only God, with His grace and mercy, can help people far more than we can. So that's what I've learned. And sometimes you want to do more and you can't, and you've got to have the discernment to know, that line, and just be realistic about it.
And what have you learned about God from this experience?
Well, I think just how amazing He is in terms of how He can create situations where prayers are answered for people, situations where the right people come for the right people at the right time. I think the right arena for people to get help. And I think that He works consistently all the time in us and around us. And even like doing Christians Against Poverty, is that this group is going to people's houses at the time when they're just at breaking point. That's God. God is reaches into people, they call out, and help is provided. And I think it's just miraculous what He does and how He does it, and He works through us to do that. And I think that the Monday lunch group and the other group are examples of that.
What an amazing person Jesus was, to have that love and compassion for absolutely everyone who came to Him. And for me, it's learning to follow that example and be like Jesus and be that kind, loving, tolerant to all person. So it just highlights the goodness of God.
And so, talking of God's power and Jesus and the Holy Spirit, what is your prayer for the Monday lunch ministry, and particularly for our guests?
I pray for them that they see something of Jesus in us, that they come to like us, have a relationship with us, be able to talk with us about their problems. Of course, the overwhelming main desire is for them to come to Christ, and to cast their burdens upon him, because some of them are very heavy burdened and full of worry and stress, and so ultimately, yeah, we want them to come to Christ.
Well, I think the prayer was kind of answered in the sense of just like, you know, how are we helping these people? And one of the guys that comes regularly on a Monday stopped me on the roads and said, "I'd like to thank, you know, you and your wife and the church for providing a place that I can come which is safe and I can just download my problems, and you're there every week." So I think that's the kind of part of the prayer. It's like, wow, you know, that's incredible.